Hello guys, my name is Paweł Wiejkut and you are watching presentation about powerful of SAP HANA Data Warehouse Foundation. Let's do not waste more time and jump into the presentation. Okay, so at the beginning I just wanna shortly introduce myself. As I said before, my name is Paweł Wiejkut and I am BW developer since 2016. During this time I was working from many companies, including, for example, Deutsche Bank. Daily I am running my own blog about SAP. You can visit and check for many tips and tricks. Maybe you don't know something, just feel free to use. Of course, I am also helping people to install SAP on their own computers. I mean SAP Netveawer installations. I have my YouTube channel when I have some videos about it. Okay, so why do we meet her? Basically, we meet her because I want to convince you that you should consider using SAP HANA Data Warehouse Foundation. Basically, this is the add-on which you can install into HANA, and then you have some kind of new possibilities, which we will check later, of course. Second point is that, in my opinion, HANA Warehouse Foundation is too good to do not use, because you have here many BW functions, and you can just replace them, but of course mostly in small projects. And the last but not least point is that SAP ships this add-on with HANA Express Edition, so you can try it for free without any additional costs. Okay, what basically strong sides we have here? We have support for third-party technologies, like you don't have to use ABAP, you can use other one. I don't want to spoiler here what is this presentation about, so we will cover this later. Predictive analytics, which is built into HANA. Simple solution. This is a simple solution for small projects where you can just eliminate classic BW data processing. Key functions are complementary. You can, like in example, create something similar to process chain and something similar to DSO. And some of you do not know this, so I decided to put this also on my list: transportable changes. You can just get one package and transport it to another landscape, like in STMS, in example. Okay, just a short comparison on these two objects: NDSO from Data Warehouse Foundation and ADSO from standard BW. In Data Foundation you have one type of DSO, and this is like a classic DSO, but it has inbound data. You have tables like in BW, active data, changelog, inbound, no problem. You have selective deletions options, also like in classic BW DSO. You can manage your request, and you can even perform a simple housekeeping. Okay, let's do not waste more time. I will show you now how you can do this by yourself. Okay guys, so let me just firstly show you how you can run a simple demo by yourself, because there is a template which contains a simple data warehouse foundation flow, like load source file to the in DSO, and to run it all you have to do is just to go to file, in web ID go to file, new project from template, just select data warehouse project based on SAP HANA Warehousing Foundation. Of course, to have this option you have to first install the Data Warehouse Foundation add-on. which is also included into this downloader installer in your system. So this is pretty simple operation. All you have to do is just follow the instructions. I will not cover this topic here. So let's give a name to our project. Let's name it SIT demo and click on next, and then select our developer space and click on finish. Okay guys, so now you may wondering how you can access to this to the process chain, load some DSO or something like that. So there is another tool. You have to go to the tools and open data warehouse monitor. Inside it you will see 3 options. First one is to container monitoring, second one is data store monitor, where you can check out size of your DSO, etc. And here we have task chain monitor. Yeah, so basically one task chain is based on HTTP procedure, and like in the add-on we have also an option to activate the data at the end. Okay, as you see here we have our task chain. Let's click on it. Let's click on schedules, click on the pencil over there, active, confirm, and now as you can see the load is active, and you'll see the outcome over there when it will be done. Of course, if you want to see how this object is loaded, you should go to the database explorer, add your project, and over there you have an access to the NDSO. And this manage view is similar to BW one, so from there you can activate, delete your request, and so on. Okay, so basically this is all of the short introduction. Now let me show you how you can use a real force. Okay guys, so first of all let me show you how it works previously in the classic BW. Let's go to the transaction RSA1 and let's open some data model. This is really not relevant which we choose. Let's choose first from the top and let's go into transformation. Okay, so basically BW transformation looks like that. On the left side you have a source and on the right side you have your target, and between you have rules. Yeah, in this case rules are configured as direct assignments, and this means that this value from the left side is directly transferred to the right side without any logic in this case. Here we have some. This can be, you can see this by looking on these small icons over there, and here also we have some. And basically that's all. You can also set up here start routine and end routine, which means that you can edit some data at the beginning and at the end. And of course you can also set up an expert routine, and then you don't have these rules, you have just one direct rule and you can code everything in ABAP. And now let's go to the HANA data warehouse and see how we can create a similar solution over there. Okay, so basically in the data warehouse foundation and for transformations is responsible flow graph. Flow graph is not a data warehouse add-on object. This is a normal HANA XSA object. You can run this without our add-on, warehouse add-on, I mean. And over there you can put some interesting logic to make your calculation better. And how it looks like. Here on the projection, which is by default inserted over there, you have some filters. Cast, alphanum, bikini, blob, and even if you go to the string, you may notice that you probably know something from ABAP, like ABAP lower, ABAP num, ABAP upper, and so on and so on. And here you can of course filter your values. But what is the most powerful in this solution is that you can use of course your own ways how you can transfer this data, and you can do this in pretty modern way. So let's start from the first example. This is procedure example. And to create your own procedure, let's click on source, let's click on new, and let's select procedure and insert SIT procedure. SIT test. Okay, let's click on create. And as you see, you have here a basic HANA SQL procedure. This is a standard one. Exactly. And this is pretty same way in which you can create AMDP procedures. This is the new BW way also to create transformations. Unfortunately, I can't show you this on my example because I have old BW environment, but in the new one based on HANA, you can create such a transformations. And let's create something for us. In example, okay, let's start with defining the input and output parameters. If you just get back to the flow graph, you will see that our data source is based on the source order tables. So all we have to do is we have to declare an in and out table. Let's basically name them in tab, and it will be type of sales order header as we checked before, and out tab with also same type. Okay, what we exactly need in our logic. So let's maybe pass to out tab only this data from sales order header, where sales order ID is 1. Yep, this is a pretty basic example. So let's just only correct my typo, add a column here, save the data, and let's build the file. Okay, as you see, the build is completed, everything is looking good. So let's get back to our flow graph and let's insert a procedure over there, and let's search for our procedure. Click on finish. Let's delete this connection because we want to handle some over there. Let's connect the blocks. Save it. and build the file. And when building is done, we can run our program and show the result. Let's just go into data source, search for our header table. This is, just a quick run without executing the whole BW monitor and things like that. As you see, this is successfully executed. Let's go now to the Database Explorer on the left. I have here my project added already, so all I have to do is just go to the data stores and go into the inbound table. Now I have to click on Open Data, and as you see, I have only sales orders with ID number 1. So it's working correctly. Okay, so this is modern, and this of course can be very advanced. I even recommend one of SAP Press books regarding the HANA SQL script. There is one very good which covers most of the cases, but for some of you, this can be not so exciting. Maybe you want to write this logic in some other language, and you maybe hate ABAP, you want to try something else. So what would you say if we create here an error script? You can just insert the block and connect them with the rest, so in and out. And now all you have to do is to put some logic in it. So let's also add our add-bound columns before. Yep, now this should be fine. And here, as you see, there's a script tab. So maybe let's remove this and let's add our code. As you see, we have error script in and error script out over there. So let me just paste here a sample code which will be basically responsible for just multiplying sales column. Okay, let's get back and let's just build our file. We don't have to build everything, we can just select one file and build them. Okay, now when the build is done, we can just go to the execute. And search for our source data table. Okay, this is successfully executed, so let's go back again to our DSO. Let's refresh, because all we have to do now is we have to delete some old requests. So let's delete the previous one. Click on yes. This is a pretty similar mechanism to this one known from BW. You can just delete an activated request. Let's get back to our data in input table and refresh it. Okay, we have a lot of more data, sales quantity 12, 54 and so on. Let's check the input data. Okay, this is 6, 27, yep, it looks correctly, so we are done. So as you see, in very simple way, we just write a transformation in R in one of SAP products. So if you like analytics and you don't like ABAP, maybe this is also a good point to start. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching this presentation. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for your time and see you in the future.